Testing. Back again. I happened to click on the last recording because I wasn't sure if it was like from 2 days ago or from today. And I just kind of wanted to know what was going on because I had to delete it to start this one. I record this audio in GarageBand. And I heard myself saying, stay tuned for the next 100 days. Who does that guy think he is? All right, so an hour on the clock. It's 1:40. We'll just say it's 1:50 a.m. in the morning. It's February 11th, 2025. And for the next hour, I'm going to have to try and think of topics to entertain myself in order to continue to speak for the entirety of this hour. It's funny, I was building this Lego that's right in front of me. I'm not sure how much you can see of it, if any, on the screen. And I was thinking about what I've been thinking about, and that's a particular girl in my life. Not any of the ones that I mentioned last episode, because none of those are in my life. But this one is in my life actively, and not frequently, but more, I'll say bi-weekly. And this is what I was thinking when I was making my Lego. Is this doing me any favors? I think that it's not doing any harm. I honestly think I do believe that I can say that. There's never a time when talking... Okay. There have been times when talking has bit me in the back. But I don't think those times are... Who cares? I don't want to talk about those. Well, I mean, I can give you a bit of a rundown on like what happened, I guess. There was a girl that I really liked, and I was on a podcast episode, and I actually had a guest, and I was speaking to the guest about the girl, and then the girl watched the episode, and she did not like the way that I spoke about her. And I understood that, and I got rid of it. You know what, Mom? Are you listening to this one? I think you're right. I think I am a bit... It's all in good... You know that, like... Mom, you're right. Because I know, but people don't know. I love women just as I love men. You know, we're all equal. And that's a given in my world. But I think sometimes some of the terminology and the way that I say things and the context... I think as the context gets broader, everything gets, I pass any sort of sexism test. But in little clips and segments and snippets, sometimes out of context, the words that I choose to use could, some weird way, paint me in a light that shows me as like someone that you wouldn't want your daughter to hang around. But I am someone you'd want your daughter to hang around. I'm a good dude. So I got to keep an eye on the way I speak about people's daughters. But it's funny because I don't really... Yeah. Anyway. I got a crush. I got so many crushes all the time, constantly. And, while I was building my Lego, see, now we're back on track. While I was building my Lego, I thought, I think it's best if I don't talk about this girl in this Keeping It Real episode. And I also think it's best if I don't talk about any girls ever again on the Keeping It Real episode, because I want to be mysterious and nonchalant and, deep, and like... I want people to be curious about me, like, oh, man, I wonder who he's got a crush on. Like, oh, has he seen any women? Like, what's he doing? What's going on with this guy? But the truth is, what is the truth? I'm kind of freestyling here. The truth is I have an hour in front of me and I don't have a guest. And if I don't talk about exactly what's on my mind and what I want to talk about, then this hour is going to move by a whole lot slower. So for the sake of what I've just said, I'm going to tell you about this girl. She is awesome. I like her. Okay. I saw so there's this guy I see on Instagram from time to time. He's so awesome, dude. I want to be like that guy that people see on Instagram that they think are so awesome. Anyway, not for selfish reasons, because I think, okay, look, he's awesome because like he makes an impact on me every day or when I see him. Because what he does, he has a shtick. Do I have a shtick? If I have a shtick, let me know what my shtick is, because a shtick is a niche, and people always say just find your niche. So let a homie know what's my shtick, what's my niche. Anyway, this guy, I don't know his username, I don't know his name. I just know that his catchphrase is real playa shit. He's in the same stance because he's a smart man, you can just tell. And when you make an Instagram reel and it does well, you ought to copy your exact outfit, your exact hairstyle, the exact lighting, the exact stance you're in, the exact camera, and exactly what you say. Honestly, you should get as close as you can to the reel that you made that blew up if you want to keep the numbers rolling. And he does just that, and he did just that. The only thing that he changes is exactly what he says in each video. And he starts his video out, he's dressed like a thug, like a playa. And he's like got these glasses and a wife beater and a chain and like probably a watch. And he's leaning over. He's like kind of leaning over, like we're at the skate park, and he's like, come here, I want to tell you something. I want to give you some wisdom. And he looks at the camera, and he's got shades on. You can't tell. It's like Casey Neistat. I'm telling you, the shades effect is real. People, if you want to be on camera and you want to have just like a little bit of like this weird edge over your viewers, you put sunglasses on. They can't see your eyes. They can't see where you're looking. They just know that you have eyes, and it lets them create your eyes, and it lets them create this idea of where they think you might be looking at what time, because eye contact and conversation is a part of language. Like when I bounce my eyes up and look at you, it's like, well, the camera's pretty zoomed out, so maybe you can't even see, but it's part of like the flow, and it's part of the pattern and the dance that is a conversation, a speech, a communication. So, real playa shit. And then he proceeds to give you some real advice. It's, I guess, what's the word? Juxtaposition, because playa, like you'd think it would be like disrespectful and, rude, sexist, and a playa. I can't think of any other adjectives. I feel like I sound smart right now. Do I sound smart? Let me know if I sound smart. But the juxtaposition is he gives great advice. And all the people in the comments are like, you're giving amazing advice. And he does. And what he says is real playa shit. You know what I got to work on in my speech? I got to pause less. You know who doesn't pause a whole lot in their speech? The real Donald Trump. That man pauses never at all. It's kind of amazing how he does it. I think, but the pauses just come. Whether or not they're like 0.5 seconds, 1 second fully. Like I pause to breathe, and then I think, and then I don't speak. But the more that you can speak, I think it's the better, because the more words that you get out, I don't know, life's short. Say as many words as you possibly can. This guy, real playa shit, it's amazing. He's amazing. To give you an example of the specific video that I'm referencing in reference to why I thought I shouldn't mention this very cute girl on this podcast, is he says, actually, nothing he has ever said or I've watched from him has led me to think like I shouldn't say anything on the podcast. That I remember. There might have been. But of course, like things that he said have made me think certain things that I do around this girl. So I met this girl, and I've known her now, and I have in the past, a couple times I've seen her, I've intentionally tried to, he says this is the video. I'm not going to, I'm not going to remember it, and it's not going to be perfect, but it's something along the lines of real player shit. If you like a girl, make sure you act in a way that means you like her. There is no right way to do this, but just don't treat her as a friend. Don't treat her like you treat one of your homies. Treat her like you like her. Be intentional. Real player shit. And that stuck with me because I think a lot of times I'm around pretty women, and I'm around girls that, are really smart and they seem very driven and things like that. And I get sort of like stuck, I guess you could say, kind of like when you're building a Lego and you can't find a certain piece. And so like one of the following outcomes happens. Like I just put the Lego down and forget about it. Or like I don't know. That's actually the main outcome. I put the Lego down and forget about it in one way or another. The things that I say to lead to that happening vary, like, oh, I'm not interested in it anymore. Or, oh, I just can't find this one piece. Or, like I never really cared about this Lego anyway. Things like that. But, what you can do is you can just find a damn solution. Like, for example, this just happened. I couldn't find a piece, and I just made another piece work because I had a spare piece that kind of looked like it, but it wasn't the same color or piece, but I still used it because who cares? I just want to build a Lego. So what I'm getting at here is it's real life, bro. And she's cute, bro. So just, like, don't put the Lego away. You know what I'm saying? Like, just find the way to keep building the Lego. And that wasn't really the best analogy for this specific advice. But I brought this advice up because I'm around her and like we're interacting and I don't know what to do. I'm nervous. So I'm thinking a lot, right? I'm thinking a lot about exactly what's happening as it's happening. And I'm thinking like, and every once in a while I'm just like, I like her. And then I keep thinking about like doing this and this. And, what am I saying here? Imagine how good this episode would be if I filmed it at 6 a.m. Actually, not 6 a.m. Sorry, like 10 a.m. Imagine, or like maybe 11:30 a.m. Imagine how banger my thoughts and my voice would be if I filmed it at 10:30 a.m. 2 a.m. Not the move, but got to get it moving. You know what I'm saying? So what is your boy saying? Oh, so yeah, I mean, I'm kind of over this, talking about this. I've pretty much said everything. I just, like, now I try to think about what I do and what I say a little bit more. Not too much more because, I mean, I'm never worried about not being myself because no matter how much I think about what I do, like, it's always me. Like, I'm past the point, I think, in my life where, like, I do something because someone else wants me to do it. Let's talk about school, man. I'm not in school right now, and I've been, like, wrestling with, like, what people expect of me, and I don't know. I've just been trying to, like, understand what I'm doing, like, what my life is. I have, like, this vision of myself that I want to be, and I'm working towards it. Making this episode right now is part of that. And, dude, I just, like, school doesn't really fit into it. Like, I don't know what to say or do to, like, explain that to you. If you're my parents listening or a family member, like, I know that a degree is extremely valuable, and I know that I'm so lucky to be in the situation where, like, I can go to school and not worry about loans and not worry about, but, like, I don't know. Like, I want to, like, I'm not saying I'm ever going to be able to afford to put myself through school without loans, but like before I'm taking classes and like trying to like, there's so much I think I need to do before I do school, and I refuse to like let school be like a side quest. And you could say that it sucks that it's happened this way, or it's like a shame, but I'm not like hung up on any of my past decision, path choices. Like I am where I am now, and that's just simply what it is. I don't compare myself to anybody else. And right now, there's my health, my finances, my work, and my videos. It's like those are the four things that truly matter to me right now. And I don't, I'm just thinking a lot. I'm not making any decisions here. It's just a lot of thought. It's like sometimes I guess I get caught up in the thought process of like, well, I can't, like, I don't, maybe it's an excuse. Like, I can't do this until I get this stuff right, but nothing's ever going to be right. And there's never a right time for anything. So whether or not I'll go to summer school, I have no idea. But I really do think that I will sign up for classes in the fall. I should see when registration is, because this time around, I think I want to be like one of the first on the website, and I want to get all in-person classes on the same campus, preferably south. But I am going to have to take chemistry, so I guess I'll be going to the north. Wah, wah. All right, well, what do I want to talk about? The obvious answer is girls, but like, how much can you even talk about that? I feel like I've talked about it enough, especially to be alone. Part of the fun is like trained, because like when you're with someone and you talk about, which I don't anymore. I don't talk about girls to anybody that I know in person anymore, because I like this keeping it real stuff a lot, because I think it's like, it really gives me purpose, and I don't feel the need to like find purpose in other people, because other people are so valuable to me, and I really truly enjoy every second I spend with all the people in my life, that I want them to keep spending time. I want them to keep, like, I want these people to stay in my life, like, and I want to benefit them, I guess. And I never saw rambling to someone as like benefiting them. And you might be listening to this like, Jack, do you go to therapy? Oh shit, did I miss? Interesting. That is very interesting. I missed therapy, or wait. I don't know. Maybe it's... Wow. I guess it's probably not. I'm not going to check my email right now because I don't want to. I'm filming this episode, and this episode is my... Look, see? I was never on my computer. The only thing that's going on here is my... Like, I'm watching my voice waves as they happen. I have the gain cranked all the way to max on this mic, and I think it sounds great. What can I say? What can I do? What is there to talk about? What is there to how to exist? 101, jackkadis. You people might not realize, but I am jackkadis. Bruh. This is where this gets really dead. It's been like 15 minutes and I have 45 left to go. What can I possibly say or do? What can I talk about? What might happen? What's going on? Hello? Can you hear me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I being successful? Is your time occupied adequately? For those that put me on, even if you're not listening, if you are listening, wow. Really? Don't you have something productive to do? I'm just playing. I did not mean that. This is productive. Look, productive is very relative. When you zoom out, we each get one life. And that's a finite amount of time. It's very daunting. What's the word? Very daunting. Circumstance? No. fact? No. It's a very daunting metric. Maybe. It's not the word I had in mind, but metric can work. Sounds very sophisticated. And we're all tasked each day with filling each hour of the moments we spend awake. Freaky. Very freaky. It's very, very, very freaky because there's very many pulls to do all sorts of things all the time. And it's like, it's amazing that we all get up and do things. It actually is absolutely amazing that we all get up and do things, because who asked for you to wake up and go to your sales job? Who asked for you to make it to class? Who asked for you to play that intramural soccer game? No, nobody. The only person that asked that of you is yourself. And then it's like, if you really believe that, then you go from there. You got to say, well, why did I ask myself to do this? You know, like, while I was going to the bathroom at 2:36 p.m. on Thursday, I could have been helping a coworker out with the project while I held in my urine. I could have gone later, like 10 minutes later, and then I could have made the elevator. That's like that thing where everything branches off. It's the umbrella effect, but in real time. The umbrella effect? The butterfly effect. Umbrella. What's the umbrella effect? Can we make an umbrella effect? No, because I'm sure it already exists, and I don't want to. Look. I feel like I'm already past my. Dude, I have a lot of gay qualities. Like, I'm a very, like, feminine guy. Do you guys think that I'm a feminine guy? Feminine guy? Because I think that I am. I think maybe it has somewhat to do with, like, I spent more time with my mom growing up, I think. Could that be it? I don't know. I just don't know. Or maybe somewhere along middle and high school, I realized, like a lot of guys do, I'm sure there's a ton of you that can relate to this, taking a more feminine approach to social situations, especially when encountering social situations with women, taking a more feminine approach to your idealisms and your mannerisms and your tone of voice, and I don't even know what idealisms mean. Just like what you say and how you say it. You know, just being a little bit more like emotionally cognitive and socially aware. Maybe even you could even say that. Really, like, seems to disarm and put girls, women at ease. And it's like, you never want to, I don't know. I never want to feel like someone's not at ease because of me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just the way that it is, and that's the way I am. I don't wish I was any other way different, and I honestly don't even know if my description of myself is accurate. You know, we're all writing our own stories for ourselves right now, and we replay them back in our heads constantly, and it's like we are who we say we are over and over and over again. Like, what you say is what you say, and it's like how you remember things is how you remember things. So if I sit here and I say what I've just said, then that kind of contributes to the pool of all the other times that I've thought or said that, and eventually that will just be like, I'll write that on my grave. So it's like, maybe I should, like, you know, like maybe I should also add in that, like, I think I'm a man. I'm a fucking man. You know, like, went to the gym today with Sam. I felt good about my muscles because I'm manly. I eat hella food all the time. I sleep like a man. I work like a man. I solve problems and move through very large public spaces like a fucking man. Real talk. Am I going to get a girlfriend soon? I know. Listen, I know. It is a huge huge commitment. I know. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've realized that I was in over my head. And I understand. I understand that having a significant other in your life is a monumental time commitment, responsibility, and arguably, I mean, it's the second most. What was how did I describe it? Like not but 30 seconds ago, having a girlfriend is a very big commitment. Is that what I said? The word commitment. It is 2 a.m. This is a bruh moment. I don't know what I said. Whatever word I said, use that word again, and it is actually the second biggest of that word you'll make in your life. The first is probably having a child with that person, or a person, or nobody. Having a child, like the only thing that is in my worldview, the only thing that is of bigger importance than the relationship with your significant other is the relationship, I guess you could say, with your children. Am I gonna be dude? Also, okay. Also, I'm the best. let me let's back up. Let me cook. Let me no, not cook. Let me good God, man. This guy's straight delusional, man. He can't even get his words out. It must be like 2:15 in the morning, man. He just needs to go to bed, man. I know I need to go to bed. Should I just turn this off and go to bed? No, because I have to edit after this. And after I edit, I'm gonna eat food. So screw it, man. And I don't have to be at work till 3 p.m. So like I it's okay. I can sleep in, but it's also very bad, man. Very, very bad. I'm going to sleep on the floor tonight. On a pad. I have a pad, but it's gonna be the floor. Okay. Let your boy cook. Actually, I'm probably gonna blow the air mattress up because I cannot bother with this shit. So, where was I? Having a kid? Having a girlfriend? What was I saying? Oh, I'm the best. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Look. Why? Is this going to be harder when I do it in the morning? I know waking up itself is harder, but will this be harder? Because right now, I'm having like this delirious kind of fun, and in the morning I wonder what kind of fun, because I don't think it can be this, because in the morning I just won't be this tired. It'll just be a little bit different. Difference always different. Okay, I'm the best, but let me explain. I'm the best of my 3 siblings. 2 siblings. I am one of 3. I'm the oldest, so I am the best in age. I am the tallest, so I am the best in height. I am the strongest, so I am the best in strength. I am the fastest, so I'm the best in speed. I am everything. Ike Ben, if you're listening right now, you're probably not, because I know you both have a knack of when it comes to avoiding greatness, and this is such. I would like to tell you both that there is not one single thing that you will ever beat me in during our short lives. Not one task, not one chore, not one race. I will be first, and I will be strongest, best, always. So know that while I am a very humble man, I also have to let it be known that I am your older brother. But I'm kind of scared. What if I'm not the first one to have kids, Like, yikes. I gotta be the first to have kids. I'm the oldest. They can't beat me to that. I would never want them to beat me to that. I have to be the first. I have to be the first. I have to be the first. I have to be the first to having kids. Or do I? What if being the first to have kids is not the winner? My mom brought it up sometime in the last 3 or 4 months. She said something about when you have kids. See, in my mom and my dad's life. So for what I'm about to say, right? And I really want you to follow along here. For what I'm about to say, let's assume that I will have children. I can't tell the future; it might not happen. But I want it to happen. But let's just assume that I do not have children. No adoptions, no sperm donation, no wife, no childbirth, no nothing. Wait, but we were supposed to assume that I do. Okay, let's assume that I do. I don't even know what was I just saying? Okay, let's assume that your boy is destined for, 6 kids. He's got 6 youngins, 3 girls, 3 boys. Through the lens of either one of my parents' lives. My dad is a bit older than my mom, so for the sake of what I'm trying to explain here, let's do through the lens of my dad's life. The time between right now, 2:19 a.m., February 11th, 2025, and the exact moment when my spouse, when my adoption agent, when I have a kid in my life, all of a sudden, that time span between those two markers is a lot shorter and a lot quicker to my dad through my dad's life lens than that is to me. Because for me right now, that milestone is like a third of a lifetime away. You know what I'm saying? And listen, they say on the internet that you can change your life in a year. So imagine how many times I'll have changed my life. Wowza. But for my dad, that milestone is more like 1/8. Am I 7 years away? I think 28 years old, I can see myself having a kid. Am I 7 years away from 7? Well, what's 7 times 8? I just chose 8. 7, 14, 21, 28. No. Dad's like 1/9. 7 times 9. Yeah. 9.2. Something like that. My dad is like 1. Wait. Am I saying, or that, wait, I'm doing like a ratio here. So, okay, to get back on track here. The time between now and me having a kid, to me, is like a third of my lifetime away, which is crazy, because your life is all the time that you've ever experienced, right? So when I say a third of my lifetime away, that's mind-blowing. That's just mind-blowing. But to my dad, it's the same time. Nothing changes here. But to him, it's about 1/9 of a lifetime away, which is much faster, much quicker. 1/9 of all the time that my dad's ever experienced. That'll be there in almost 10% of a lifetime. He'll be there in no time, So it's crazy. It's crazy because my parents, when my parents look at me, it's yeah, he's getting old. We're coming up on the potential for grandkids. But for me, it's oh, I'm getting old. Damn, can you imagine? Am I really going to have kids one day? I can't even. That's so far away. I don't got to think about that. But my parents are whoa, crazy. Okay, fun topic over. Now I'm bored again. If only someone were to come and release me of this boredom, be my guest on my podcast. If only someone. My little cousin, and my uncle both separately expressed interest in being on this show, but I just didn't make it happen. It's all on my back. It's my project. It's my passion. It's my thing. So, like, if I don't make it happen, it doesn't happen. But it's a lot of pressure when you're the only one that can make something happen, you know? And what I got to put first is my ability to do this. And I never went down said road, so I can't tell you with like a 100% sureness that having them on or going out of my way to travel to somewhere, or like having more guests on or continuing the pace would have led to me burning out and stopping altogether. But I can say that I don't regret anything. And as long as I continue to not regret, I mean, you know what? I there will probably be regrets. I think regrets are inevitable, but like not, I mean, there's two different kinds of regret. There's the kind that's like guilt, like guiltful regret. And then there's just like, yeah, you know, I regret that. Like, it would have been cool if I did it this way. And those are like, that's the kind of regret that like is actually useful. You know, it doesn't feel great, but like, at least it doesn't feel like dreadful. The guiltful regret is like, if I just treated her right. That's like guiltful regret. And you got to realize, bro, that like that shit ain't doing you no favors. Like, like take a breath, take a shower, eat. Like, it don't have to be healthy. Just eat fucking anything. Just put food in your mouth, right? Take it, clean yourself, take a breath, drink some damn water, and realize that it's all right. You're gonna be okay. Because I don't know what to say to you, but it's gonna be all right. Let me get this water. Oh. I love keeping it real. Did that sound good? I wonder, am I on any living room TVs right now? If I'm on a living room TV right now, then, okay. How can I like, I feel like I'm doing a giveaway right now. If I'm on a living room TV right now, okay, let's do this. If I'm on a living room TV right now, send me a picture, email it to me. My email is in my YouTube description. Or if you know me, text me. You have my phone number. I thought about in an earlier episode leaking my phone number because it wouldn't technically be a leak. I get like 20 views of video right now. But like imagine the pain in the ass it would be like one day if like this podcast, you know, had a couple thousand viewers and people started at the beginning and then like everyone got views and then like, you know, maybe like one day after that, like I made it to 1 million subscribers. And then there's like those 1,000 people that have it, like one of them's in Reddit. And I should just leak it, shouldn't I? I'm on the fence again, but I'm not going to. But if you're someone that has my phone number, just text me a picture. If this episode is on in a living room TV, I'd like to know what the living room looks like. I'd like to know, like, if you were the only person that watched it, or if people came and went, or if you didn't even watch it, you just had it on the background. This is what I'm trying to figure out now. What can I offer? What can I offer to you? Like, as like a, you know, like, what do I have to offer you? Because I have, like, right now I'm asking, like, this is no different than if I asked you to smash that subscribe button. Did you know, fun fact, if you're on a web browser right now and my video in the video is not full screened and I say, hit that subscribe, and I say, hold on, let me say it very clearly. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That the subscribe button actually illuminates, like it does a little animation, a rainbow animation. And if I say smash that like, hit that like button below. Make sure to like this video. The same happens with the like. Pretty cool little Easter egg that YouTube added probably in the last decade. Yeah, so, but it's like, this is no different than if I asked you to do either one of those things, right? So, like, what can I give? Like, what is there that I have to give that like would incentivize anyone to do what I'm asking, which is like if I'm on in the living room, let me know. I will. I don't know, man. Tell me what you want from me. I'll do it. This is keeping it real. And really, really right now, as real as it gets, I'm so over this. You know how boring it is to talk to yourself? Nobody likes talking to themselves. Do people like talk? I feel like I'm going insane right now. But, fun fact, so if you're stranded out in the middle of wherever, and it's just you, and there's no one, the best way to survive is to talk to yourself. Humans are very social, right? You ever heard of Wilson, the movie with the beach ball, the volleyball? I don't know, Castaway? I never even watched it with Hank. With I don't even know, Hank? Is that you, Hank? I'm going crazy. Anyway, social deprivation, loneliness is an epidemic. And isolation kills people. Solitude, solitarity. Bro, am I smart or is it just me? Like I just like ripped off like 4 words for the same thing. Like sometimes I think I'm an actual genius. Why do I have to go to school? I'm so smart, and especially with this fun fact thing I've been doing, like there's so much knowledge in my head. Like I'm around my roommates are such fucking geniuses. Like I am genius. I'm genius. Like what? I'm genius. What do I need education for? I'm just playing. I need an education. I need education because, well, that's the thing though, you know, because Jersey Mike's legitimately has a path for me. Christina said it. She said it indirectly on one of my first couple weeks. She was like, I mean, she told me like how good her life, like she lit like this. Listen, I know what it costs to live near that Jersey Mike's. It's a nice area. It's close to downtown. It's close to a college. And I know that it costs a good chunk of money to live there. And especially in comparison to here, I'm right off a highway. I'm far away from the city. It's like double, even triple what I pay here. And Christina, she's got a house. I don't know where, though. I'm actually curious because she does drive to work, and I wonder if it's like a 20-minute commute. But then again, I remember her saying once that like she's right down somewhere. Like I ought to ask her because I'm curious to see what kind of house being a manager at Jersey Mike's gets you, you know? Because it's like also like I want children. Like Christina doesn't have any kids. That's huge. Christina has no children. I don't think there's anything wrong with not having children either. But I don't know. Wouldn't you want to be in the position where you could have them if you wanted to? And that's the thing. Could Christina have had kids like with the money she made? Did she just choose not to? I just have no idea. I just don't have any idea. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I am curious. Money sucks because the economy is horrible right now. Our country is, the dollar is fucked. The dollar is so fucked. And am I right? Am I like, if you're engaged right now listening and you know a thing or two about this topic, my favorite thing about social media is when people tell me I'm wrong. It happens on shorts sometimes when I do these fun facts, but the fun facts are kind of like I just grab them from the internet. So it's like, no, but you gotta understand, everything I know is grabbed from the internet. So what's the difference? But this one's like I've been believing this for quite a while. What's that thing that someone told me I was wrong about? Oh yeah. I said, like, I'm such a big fan of how Elon Musk and Donald Trump seem to be intertwined because I'm a huge Elon Musk fan. And a commenter was like, bro, that's bad. The whole point of government is to keep us safe. And if the richest people in the world are intertwined with our government, then you can bet your top dollar that money is involved and safety takes a back seat to currency. And I was like, pow, 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 pow. And I should print that comment out and put it on my wall. I have a comment printed out. Where did my oh, it must be, it's in this stack somewhere. For Milk for Life. If you're watching this, this is you, bro. I've got this somewhere. I don't know if I mentioned it recently, but I love you. I have a thing for you. You're in California, you're about 18 years old, and you think that I'm cool? Well, bro, I think that you're cool. I think that you're cool. So if I can just find this comment that I printed out. I'm about to give up. Yeah, I give up. But he quoted like Ernest Hemingway or Amelia Wright or some. Is that even a person? And the quote was something about, it was a short quote, and it was like run with it, like take, like life is, I don't know, like, oh, where is that comment? I know I put it on the wall. I hung it on the wall. Where is that comment? Weird. If not in that stack, then I don't know where it could be. It probably isn't that stack, and I just didn't find. This is like when I was doing my Lego earlier, and I was missing pieces, and I found them. I can't wait for this to be over. Can I be real with you? I don't hate this, but like, I have to edit and post after this, and that's like 30 minutes minimum. I bet I can no. Yeah, 30 minutes minimum. Now with this keeping it real stuff, but I have two computers, so I can be doing two renders at once. So this is the exact order that I will do things the second that I turn this mic and camera off. I will pop the SD card out of the camera. Of course, I will remember to flip the screen back, put the lens cap up, and turn it off. Turning it off is important. These pieces of equipment are expensive, and I cannot afford replacements. So I will pop the SD card out of the camera, turning it off, shutting it off, of course, and I will pop it right into this computer right here. I will click File. Of course, the recording will have been stopped, and I will have pressed pause too, or else the bar keeps going. I will click File, I will click Save As, and I will click to Desktop, and I will title this recording 45, because this is episode 45. And then I will minimize GarageBand, not close it out, because I don't trust it. It's a new thing, a new tool that I'm using, and I don't trust closing it out even though I just saved it, because the files are weird, and I don't want to lose the audio for the entirety of this episode. Although, let it be known that it would be okay if that happened, because I have a mic on this big camera. Moving forward, I will open up DaVinci Resolve. I will drag the .mp4 file straight from the SD card because I'm a baller. I'm going to edit off the SD card because I'm a straight baller. I don't care. I do not care. And then I will drag the GarageBand .wav WAV file in as well. It's like a package. There's like 3 different files. One of them is like a screen recording. GarageBand is so weird, but I will drag that in there. And then I will take the .wav file of episode 45, and I will place it on the timeline after I have placed the .mp4 on the timeline. And then I will highlight both in the Edit tab of DaVinci Resolve, not the Cut tab, because this feature is not available in the Cut tab, in the Edit tab. And in the Edit tab, there will be a option after I've highlighted both and double clicked, or right clicked if I were to be using a mouse, but I'm on a trackpad. I will click auto align clips, I believe. And then I will click auto align by waveform. Okay. Because I don't have time code. And then it will be a loading bar. It takes about 30 seconds to a minute. And the clips will align by audio. I will go in. I will mute the video. I will check that my mouth lines up with the audio. I will clip out the 3 seconds in between me turning on this camera and me sitting down. I will clip in a title screen with some music about 5 to 10 seconds into the episode in a break of when I'm speaking. And then I will go to the export tab. I will make sure I am the little drop down in the very center of the screen says entire timeline rather than in-out range, because sometimes you can hit like a combination of keys while you're doing these edits that like will for some reason clip out a section of the edit even though it's still there. It'll just clip it out when it comes to rendering, which is so weird, but if you use DaVinci Resolve, you know what I'm talking about. Then I will go back to the edit or cut tab, because even though I'm already in the export tab, I'm not familiar with those buttons. So I avoid them and I go to the quick export option in the top right of the cut or the edit tab. I will make sure before I click quick export, I will go to a button that's a little bit down to the right of that. And I click drop down and I click Ultra HD, because this is shot in 4K. Is this 4K? It better be. And I will, man, I really have to use the bathroom, but I'm going to hold out. I'm going to hold out until 10 minutes from now when this episode is over. And I will, what will I be doing? Export. And then if this is an hour-long episode, you can estimate around a 20 to 30 minute render time. And then after it renders, I will, once I click render and that's rendering, I will immediately pop up in this laptop. I will drain all the clips from this camera. I have 1 Instagram Reel, 4 YouTube Shorts, 6 clips that go as the intro to my YouTube video, and I've been thinking about YouTube. Sorry, let's just keep telling you how many clips I have. 1 Instagram Reel, 4 YouTube Shorts, 6 intro clips, 1 full 10-minute YouTube video to pay after the intro clips. That's it. That's all I got. I do have to use the back. Should I pause? Should I pause? Can I pause? That's allowed, right? I have to use a bathroom. Yeah, I'm going to pause. What happens if I click pause? Oh, man. I hope that, this works. I've never done this before. I wonder... Oh, man. It might... I should be able to figure it out. My thinking is now if it exports as one track, which it probably will, it'll just cut the two together, the auto align feature is not going to work in DaVinci Resolve anymore. But I can just manually align it and then find the part where it skips, right? Right? Jeez. Okay, yeah, and I don't have to... I was going to be should I hold these bananas to give myself a checkpoint when I'm editing to understand where I have to scroll? Whatever. So... 10 more minutes of me sitting in front of this camera. Yo, chat. Excuse me. Chat. Can you hear me? You just gotta keep on talking. Keep on saying things. You talk about girls more? Nah. What are you gonna talk about? Anything? True. Talking's hard. People don't realize that to talk for this long, especially with no one, is not easy. Have you ever tried to talk to nobody for this long? Have you? Will you? Or have you thought about it? Could you? You could, but will you? I don't know. You tell me. I've done lots of things before just because I said I wanted to do them. I've also not done things before because I said I didn't want to do them. I didn't want to do them. So now I have to wait. So then when I started this, it was 150. So now I have to go until 155, I think. I think my break just then was under 5 minutes. So I have 8 minutes left. What will I ever talk about for 8 minutes? Can you tell how much I don't want to be here anymore based on how many times I have looked and calculated and spoken on how much time I have left? There's a difference between not wanting to be somewhere and not being somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? This might get motivational, and if it does, get ready to get up and do something, because this episode is about to end, and you know you have responsibilities, because we all do. What have you signed yourself up for in your life? Take a second and answer that. Is it the pursuit of money? Is it the pursuit of love? Is it the pursuit of fulfillment? Sorry. Is it the pursuit of happiness? It's probably one of the four. And however you answered, and whatever of the four categories that answer might fall into, you signed yourself up for it. Whether you currently want to be enrolled or not, sort of takes a back seat to the simple fact that at one point you signed your name on the dotted line. I went to a gym that I've never been to tonight. It's called Anytime Fitness. 24-hour fit. Who knows? It's near Food Lion it's on Lake Wheeler Road next to Food Lion. The guy at the front, he tried to get me to get a membership. I don't want a damn membership. Whatever. He's a salesman. And while I was working out, I noticed on the wall in very, very big letters, there was the sentence, if you ever feel like giving up, remember why you started in the first place. If you ever feel like you want to quit, remember why you started in the first place. Now, I read that, and my first thought was, I would have written that differently, personally. I would have actually gotten rid of the first part and just left it at, remember why you started in the first place. If you want to take a trip with me, let's take a trip. Let's take a ride. Let's take a journey to the first time that I pressed record on a camera, knowing that later I would put it on the internet. No. This is where it began. Let's take a journey. Take a ride with me, right? Put yourself in my body, in my shoes. When I pressed record on my camera, knowing that what I was capturing would go towards the final cut of a video, all filmed, edited, and posted that day, in which I would begin making videos daily. Why? Why did I do that? And why did I start this? I did that and I started this because I was nobody. I had nobody, and I didn't even have myself. I was so alone, matter of fact, that even in the largest city in the country, the economic center of the universe, my dream location, New York City, I was broken, bruised, battered, torn up. I was just a scrambled, jumbled mess of thoughts and desires and beliefs and words and actions. I mean, I was walking around doing stuff, but I wasn't really conscious. I mean, it was like I was dead. I had nobody. I had nothing. But I thought to myself, if I can do something every day, if I can film myself every day, if I can press record and I can post, doesn't matter what it is, then after a certain amount of time, I'll be able to say that, you know what? When I started, I thought, if I can just commit to one thing for the rest of my life, and I can never give up on it, I don't know if I'll find success in it, and I don't know if I'll ever be rewarded for it. But at least when I'm dying and in my final moments, I'll be able to say that, maybe not say it all, think, know, maybe it's not even me that I care about. Maybe those that watch me die will know, will say that he made a commitment and he stuck to it. And for that, he is worthy of our remembrance. He was worthy of our love, and he is forever a good man. With whatever the fuck that was, I'm going to end this episode. Thanks so much for listening. I will hopefully see you tomorrow.